Well, hello there, ladies and gents. I'm Tammy Sapnewski, your crypto queen. Thank you so much for popping by my channel. Please know that this is not financial advice. I am only here to entertain you and to remind you to only buy on red candles. You guys sit back, get your popcorn, because I'm going to tell you a story that sadly you're going to believe because it happens all too often, right? Just sucks. What's up, Sherry? Sherry's in the house. Sherry is a mod for Archie Nico token, a great project. But the project that I'm talking about today is a project called RoyalPay, or RoyalPay by Royalty Finance. Let's take a little peek at their Twitter. This is what they are. So a few weeks ago, I can't really say a friend, just somebody I know from Twitter reached out to me, and they're like, "Hey, do you know about this project? You know, they're touting 480,000% APY, and they advertise stuff like that to reel people in, but that's never really the APY. How could it possibly be the APY? Because if you put in $1, you're going to make $500,000. Like, that's not even possible. We all know it. They find some way to say, okay, we're attributing that 480,000 to, like, a token, like whatever it is. It's never that amount. So anyway, Sir Poops a Lot is the guy's name. I should have known, right? Sir Poops a Lot. Hey, Tammy, did you see this one? I'm like, So I went to the website and I checked it out. Now, there is a very similar project called LockPay, where you just buy the tokens and you don't have to stake them or anything. They just sit in your wallet and it gets compounding interest. Boom, those tokens get added to your wallet automatically. They populate like every 30 minutes. So you sit there and you collect the money from them, but you can only pay 1% of your supply every single day. This way, it's supposed to be an anti-dumping mechanism, and the chart should always be stabilized. Now, they said they learned the lessons from LockPay with this contract. Now, what happened with LockPay is someone was able to transfer their tokens from the wallet that they purchased the tokens in initially, which locked them into only being able to sell the 1%. By sending it to another wallet, they were able to bypass that, and they wound up dumping all their tokens, which were like trillions, and they basically, they killed the chart. They killed the entire project. So RoyalPay said that they learned the lesson from LockPay, and, they got their contract audited. Everything should be fine. Everything should be good. And really, hey, it was rocking, right? When I bought in, it was like in the high threes. By the time the chart had topped out, it was in the nines. So it went up significantly. So I'm sitting there, right? And everything seems to be going okay. I'm looking at the sells and, people are selling 1%, although I don't know why they would. Like, it was just like 0.001 BNB. Like, what is that? Is that like $5? Are you really spending money for transfer fees and for $5? Like, it didn't make any sense to me. All those sells would come through, but the chart was still holding up. And I was like, oh, I guess the contract is, holding up. It's pretty good. But then I noticed that the chart was starting to dump significantly. So I went over into Telegram and I'm like, hey, something's not right with the chart. It's dumping too much. All you have to do is know math to know that even if everybody sold 1%, the chart shouldn't be going down like this. So, of course, whenever you ask questions in Telegram, the first thing they're going to do, if they're not a legitimate project, is to start calling you a futter. Instead of just answering your questions, and it's not like I was being loud, writing in all caps, using curse words, right? Just asking regular questions. They banned me from the Telegram group. Why do they do that? Why do they got to ban you? So they banned me from the Telegram group. Well, a few days later, they unbanned me because, wouldn't you know, I was right. And people were selling more than 1% of the just as I had said, right? They're like, you don't understand how this works, right? Like, you understand that our liquidity pool is our token paired with BNB, and BNB is taking a big hit right now. I'm like, I understand that. But I also know because we're paired with BNB, when the sells come through, it's not going to drop the chart the way it should, right? Because what you're selling is still paired with that BNB. So we go back into the Telegram group and they're like, so listen, we had an exploit on the contract, and yes, our contract was audited, and we're doxxed with Certic, and trust us. Somebody exploited the contract, and now what we want you to do is to send us your tokens. What's up, Artsy? Welcome to the stream. We want you to just send us your tokens so that we can sell them, and then we'll start a new contract, who knows when. I'm like, wait a minute, what? You didn't even really explain, first of all, what happened, where was the problem in the contract, which wallet did it, are you able to blacklist that particular wallet? Like, projects like these, knowing the lessons that were learned from LockPay, they should have the ability to ban certain wallets that are selling too much. If they find a way to exploit the contract, they should be banned. Like, I see both sides, though. I understand why you shouldn't do that, but I understand the reasons why a developer should have that capability. And that's one of them. If somebody's doing something they shouldn't do, they should get booted. So, they had an AMA, and I only knew about this AMA because somebody reached out to me on Twitter, and I got back in there and I hit the link to go, and I'm like, but I'm banned. I'm probably not going to be able to see what they're saying. And that's when they unbanned everybody, I guess. Whoever was banned, they had to unban people because they wanted you to be able to see the contract address of where they want you to send their tokens. So they're asking people to just blindly send their tokens to their wallet so that they can sell them and take the liquidity out. And then they want you to cross your fingers and wait for them to do a whole new contract, a whole new project, and a relaunch. This is what they wrote on Twitter. And by the way, they didn't really release this message on Twitter until after I was like, you guys didn't even post anything on Twitter. I had to find out of this, through somebody that reached out to me on Twitter. There's nothing posted on your Twitter feed. Why aren't you posting everywhere? Why isn't there a big warning on your website? Why aren't you trying to reach out to people? And they're like, oh, well, we're mostly here in Twitter. I'm like, but you understand that not everybody is in Telegram. Not everybody sits on Telegram. Not all of your investors are on Telegram. You have to spread the word. You have to hit every social platform. And definitely you should have something posted on your website. Right? I mean, hey, if I did that, if I had a crypto project and my contract was messed up, I'd be posting it everywhere. Guys, this is what's going on. I need to let you know, but no, they didn't do that. So this is the first thing that they posted on Twitter only after I said, you need to post something on Twitter. Royal is migrating to an upgraded contract. Trading is disabled at the moment. Request all token holders to check out the Telegram channel. Pinned message for full details. Now, once again, I can't take it to the Telegram because they banned me again. And this is the final message that they posted on Twitter 6 hours ago. We have posted a new update on V2 for Royal. Check the last pin message in our Telegram group. And again, they put the Telegram group link there, but I can't see it because I'm banned. And basically what they're doing is telling you, what's up, Eddie? Thank you so much. Yes, smash that like button. Thank you very much, Eddie. I appreciate it. So they just want you to cross your fingers and hope to God that they're legit people, that they're honest people, that they're not going to be there to rip you off. I call BS. And you know why? Because I started posting in the chat on Telegram. I'm like, you guys haven't explained what happened. You haven't explained anything about this new contract. Nothing. Why don't you come on my channel? I'll host an AMA. People that are investors can come on and ask questions. You can answer them. Let's try to make sense of what happened, and let's try to make sense of the remedy, because as of right now, it's not making sense. You know why it's not making sense? Instead of doing a V2 migration like Volt did, even freaking Saitama did a migration, they just want you to send them your tokens. If they did a migration, what they would be able to do is take a snapshot of, once they pause trading, of all of the holders and all of the tokens that the holders had. A company like Everrise could come in, drain the liquidity pool, and airdrop everybody their same tokens, and we could just proceed as if that error never occurred. But they're not doing that. They haven't hired anybody. They're just going to do it themselves. They want you to send them their tokens to a particular wallet and just hope you're going to get your tokens back. When they paused trading, they had I think 3,000 holders. Let me go to BSC scan right now, and let's see if I can share this page here so that you can see the situation that we're all in. Okay, so as of right now, as you can see, hold on a second. Stop it. Stop it. And I'm live. I'm sorry, my cat started to beat the crap out of my other cat. Unbelievable. Pain in the ass. As you can see, as of right now, they still have 1,709 holders. So this means that you had 1,200 people send them their tokens. So what does this mean for the people that didn't send their tokens? They're probably like me, saying, well, you guys are a scam. I know this thing is going to rug. So instead of me sending you the tokens so that you can enjoy my money, forget you. But let's say that they are a legit project, okay? Maybe they are. I don't know. This is just my opinion. I can't tell you one way or the other what to do with your tokens if you're invested in Royal Finance. I can't. That's totally up to you. I'm definitely going to lose my money, right? Because they're not going to make good for the investors that are not sending their tokens in, which is BS. This way, if they had done a migration with a company like Everrise, everybody would have gotten their tokens. But what they're saying is there's a cutoff. It's either today or tomorrow. I don't know, because I'm blocked out of Telegram now to send in the tokens. So we got some comments here from CoinViewCap. Let's see. Okay, he's saying something about Voyager. Yeah, Voyager did send an email out to people, if you have your tokens in Voyager, that if you had requested withdrawals before they paused trading, then they may honor it depending on how much it is. So getting back to RoyalPay, looking at BSC scan, 1,700 holders still are not sending them their tokens. So we can just assume that all 1,700 people, 1,700 holders are being rugged. We're going to be rugged. That's not fair. It's not fair to us that these developers don't want to do a legitimate migration to a new contract. That's bullcrap. They should have come on my channel or anybody's channel. It didn't have to be my channel. I wasn't nasty when I asked for the AMA. I thought it was actually quite nice, actually. I took it very well. I was being nice. I didn't curse. I didn't yell. I wasn't out of hand. And they got testy with me. One of the guys sent me a DM, basically called me the F word, told me to get the hell out of the chat. I'm fudding the project, and that I'm stupid for not being in Telegram more often. And I'm like, not everybody is in Telegram. You understand that your holders, probably a good percentage of them, don't go to Telegram. Hardly anybody goes to these Telegram groups. I don't. I pop in there every now and then, but I'm not like hanging out on Telegram, right? Who has time to be on Telegram in the different rooms that you're invested in every single day? I'm not. I don't have that kind of. Do you have that kind of time? How many tokens do you have? Because I have like 30 or 40 tokens that I own. Do I have time to do that and live my life and do YouTube and Twitter? No, nobody's got that kind of time. This is 100% on them. They should have hired a company like Everrise to ensure that their holders were going to be secure and that people would get their tokens. I mean, it's just so frustrating. Like, so, okay, RoyalPay, Pixel, how many more times is this going to happen? Like, it just seems like people can just get away with so much and nothing happens. This is why I am for regulation, but I'm like regulation light, because I don't want it to go to an extreme, but there needs to be something done. With these people that are just there ripping people off, there has to be a price that's paid. Something has got to happen. Now, they say that they are doxed by Certic, but we don't know that. How do we know that? Why would we believe that? Just because somebody tells you that they're doxed doesn't mean anything. Remember when I had the developers from Coyote Coin on? They sat there on my AMA and I asked them for like 20 minutes. Everybody, because remember the first time during the launch, their contract was exploited and they wound up getting, the contract got like $300,000 pulled out of it by like a back running bot. So, of course, the next AMA that I had them on, I was like, listen, what the hell happened with the first one? And is this definitely not going to happen with this one? No. That, this time we're secure. I'm like, so it's not a third-party coder. There's no way for this to be exploited. Nope. It's not a third-party coder. I'm like, oh, so this person. Yep, Bullish. Bullish coded our contract. I said, okay, so Bullish. This way, if something happens, you know where to send the cops. You know where Bullish lives, and you know where to go get that guy who did the Yep, 4 devs sat on my channel, and they all said the same thing. Yep, we know who Bullish is. Yep. And what happened? The contract rugged. It rugged. And then they're like, well, we didn't really know who Bullish was. So what happened with Coyote Coin? They lost a lot of money. They tried to make good with rebates. I didn't get anything. I put in 3 BNB. And at the time, BNB was like over $400, right? So that's like, I'm out $1,200. A lady reached out to me on Telegram and she's like, we have to sue them because her family as a collective put in 50 BNB to the pre-launch of Coyote Coin, and they refunded them only 12 BNB. And you know how cheap BNB is, like, right? They got like half. If they had put it, well, less than half, but less than what 12 BNB normally would be worth if it was worth 400. So she's like, yeah, we're going to sue them. And our first piece of evidence is your AMA, because I guess there's been a lot of people watching that AMA, combing through it, looking at all the language. She's like, that's a big piece of evidence because you specifically asked them if they knew who that dude was. You know who Bullish is? So if something happens, you know where to go get him. And they're all like, yep. So I'm happy I was able to help in that way, but I'm still out my money. So, oh, look who's in the chat, you guys. What's up? Mr. Sir Poops a lot. Mr. Supoops, they mentioned what is happening for those who didn't send during the transfer. Also, a refund for those who don't. Lily had a 30-day-ish lock on liquidity, so they were able to migrate to Everrise. Hey, Sir Poops a lot. So does this mean if we don't send them our tokens, because I'm not sending my tokens, 100%, I'm not going to send these guys my tokens. And they kicked me out of Telegram for asking them to come on for an AMA, and they never explained really what had happened. So this is Sir Poops a lot that I said I knew him from Twitter. And like I say, listen, I don't blame anybody. I make an investment, that's on me. I make a decision on where to put my money, what I do with my money. I'm a big girl. I don't blame anybody. Just like you shouldn't blame me. If something goes wrong with the project, I always say this is not financial advice. I'm bringing it to your attention. And sometimes like if I'm hired to do a video, I'll say this is a sponsored video, but I rarely get those. But just to let you know, right? That's the situation. If I'm hired to do something, I'll let you know. So we'll see if no, well, it's this project, right? No, I'm not really on a roll. I'm waiting to see what Mr. Sir Poops a lot says because I really wish those guys would have taken the opportunity. This is so important. When you are the developer of a project, man, you take on the responsibility for your holders. It's you. Everything is on you. Everybody's relying on you. Everybody's counting on you. You have to do everything. That's the responsibility you take on when you become the dev of a project. So if something happens like what happened here with Royalty Finance, that dev should have been all over every social media platform screaming, there's a problem with our contract, but don't worry, I'm not here to rip you off. We're going to make this right. You know, this is what happened, and this is what I'm going to do to resolve it, period. And if somebody had offered me an opportunity to go on a YouTube channel where I could speak directly to the investors, dude, I would have jumped all over that. I would have been like, oh, yes, please. What day, what time? I'll be there. It's so important to communicate with my investors so they know that, you know, their investment is safe and I've taken responsibility for it and I want to talk to them face to face. That would be great. Thank you, is what I would have said, right? Isn't that what you would have said? It's not like I said, hey, man, throw me a G and I'll let you on my channel. I was like, hey, come on my channel for free and let's hear what the hell happened. Nope. Didn't want any of that. Didn't have time for that. They were like, well, listen to the AMA that we did on Telegram. Yeah, I listened to the AMA and nothing was really answered. All they said was there was an exploit and you got to send us your tokens. This is the best way to do it. This is the best way to it's not the best way to handle it. The best way to handle it is to do a migration with somebody like Everrise. This way everybody can feel secure. I'm so sick of these people. I really am. Like Pixel has pissed me off. Sir Poopsalot says, have you reached out to Kay? Because he's the main guy on the project about the AMA. No, I don't know who that is, Sir Poopsalot. Like I said, I've been booted out of Telegram for the second time. I don't know when you got here, but the first time I got booted out of Telegram was because I was saying something's not right with the chart. You know, that it shouldn't be dumping like this. Even if everybody sold their 1% a day, the chart still shouldn't be going down like this. And all they did was yell and scream at me saying, oh, you don't understand because we're paired with BNB. This is what, yeah, because we're paired with BNB, a 1% sell wouldn't drop the chart like that. Like that works both ways. They booted me then. But I guess when they realized, oh, hey, wait, she was the first one to call it, that the math is not making sense with the chart. Maybe we should look into that. Then they let me back in. I think the only reason they unbanned people from Telegram was because they wanted people to see what is the wallet address they want us to send the tokens to. So if they are indeed a legitimate project and they're not going to rug everybody that didn't send their tokens, I still will get my tokens from that project regardless if I send it to the wallet or not. Because it doesn't matter what their contract is. If they're migrating over to a new contract, they should be able to pull the liquidity. That's it. Don't look at Shinja. Their liquidity was locked and Cliff wound up pulling like $4 million of it out because he was going to do a buyback and burn. And that's when all that stuff happened with the, missing tokens from people's wallets. And his liquidity is locked. So there's always a way, a lot of these projects that migrate over to different contracts, their liquidity is locked, but they can bypass that when they do a formal migration. So why aren't they doing it? Speaking of another, yeah, it is a funny name. And I never asked him the backstory. Hey, Mr. Sir Poops a lot. What is the backstory to that name? If it's too personal, I get it. Maybe you don't want to let us know. But another project that, is not looking too good is Pixel. What is wrong with these projects? Another token I recently had on for an AMA, and I'm sitting here and I want to share this screen with you because I want you to see that. For all of you that missed the AMA with Pixel, I sat there and I asked, this is another thing. Like, I feel like now when I do an AMA, I've got to legit hook these guys up to a freaking lie detector test before they come on my channel. Because I'm looking at this, right? And you can see here where it says the liquidity is locked, and it says that their liquidity pool is $630,000. And I'm like, somebody brings up, it reads their contract as a honeypot on Token Sniffer. So I bring this up to them. I'm like, why does that say you're a honeypot? And they're like, oh, it's Token Sniffer misread it, and our liquidity is locked and that wouldn't happen. And I'm looking on Dex Tools and it reads they have $630,000 in liquidity. You know what they actually have for liquidity? $6. They got like $6 of liquidity. Now they knew they had $6 of liquidity. So what they should have said was, well, Dex Tools is not accurate with our liquidity count, but we'll look into the honeypot thing. So if you own Pixel and you want to get more than $6 out, good luck. And by the way, no one has bought Pixel. Let's look. The last time Pixel was purchased was last month on the 26th, and the last sell was the 27th, and that depleted the liquidity. So for all intents and purposes, Pixel is a honeypot, right? A honeypot is anything that you own that you can't sell. You can buy it, but you just can't sell it. Honeypot, Zeta Realty, honeypot, Pixel, honeypot. Okay, he's going to tell us hold on. Wait, backstory here. LOL, Sir Poops a Lot is a name I wanted to give a cat if I ever got one. Okay. Were you hoping for a cat that shit a lot? Again, them being in the chat, especially the CEO, gives me more confidence than DAH. DAH only has 2 or 3 mods in there and 0 founders. So comparing the two, I give them a chance. And once again, this is not financial advice, guys. You don't take advice from me or anybody. If you hold Royal Token, you got to figure out what it is you're going to do. But let me again get Sir Poops a Lot to just. Oh, I never did. Yeah, they're terrible. They're terrible. If we could, Sir Poops a Lot, Sir Poops a Lot, please let us know what you're saying, because like I said, I got booted from Telegram. Are you saying that if I don't send the wallet my tokens, I'll still get the tokens? Is that what you're saying? Is that what they're telling you on Telegram? Because there is a guy that I am communicating with. He wanted to start a secondary Telegram chat for in case it goes bad. Now, normally when a project rugs or something happens, what they immediately do is erase all evidence of them on social media platforms. Like Telegram's the first to go, Twitter's the second to go, wherever it is, they disappear from. I think Discord is different, right? Like Discord, you can't just erase. There's always going to be a fingerprint of whatever you said. You know why they don't like Discord? Because it's evidence. It has evidentiary value. So that's why I don't like projects that are not on Discord. So let's see what he says. But I'm just so sick and tired. I am sick and tired of these devs. They come up to your face and they lie to you. The guys from Coyote, I mean, out of all of them, I have to say, like, that hurt the worst. That really hurt the worst because I told them that I'm Christian. They told me that they're Christian back. And, like, I don't talk about stuff like that on the channel, but, like I do. I'm like, God bless you. And, good luck with everything. And they're like, oh, it's so nice to hear somebody say that. Not everybody always says that. They're freaked out about it. But, we're Christians too. And I was like, oh, wow, they're Christians too. And they lied to my face on the channel. Like, they knew they had just sat there and lied to me for like an hour nonstop. And then they're like, hey, we're Christians. That hurt the most out of everything. Don't tell me you're a Christian. And then you sit there and you do something like that. Like, that's scammy as hell, right? Like, that's scammy. So I hope they take the AMA that I did with those developers and they play it in a court of law where I'm saying, so the guy that wrote your contract, if shit goes sideways, if you get bled of your liquidity, if this guy winds up hacking the hell out of you, you know where he is, you know who he is, so you can send the cops over there. And they're like, yeah, 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 we do. Yeah. All four of them said it. Then when it turns out that, oh, in fact, they didn't know this guy. He was somebody that was recommended to them by somebody named Mr. Lightspeed. They never saw his face. They don't know anything about him. They just talked to him over the phone or through a Telegram chat, whatever. They just communicated verbally. They never saw the guy's face. But they trusted this guy with hundreds of thousands of dollars. And what happened? He's laughing. That guy's on a beach somewhere, drinking a nice cold one, laughing at how stupid the Coyote devs are with our money. They're using my money right now to probably, put down a stripper's, whatever the strippers wear or don't wear, wherever they put it, if they're naked. I don't know. Can you imagine my money? 3B&B. Oh, man. So that was $1,200 just flushed because I was like, hey, and here's the thing. I considered myself lucky to be able to get into the pre-sale because really their utility, if they had done it right, done it well, it could have been great. It could have been really, really great. But now we'll never know because I doubt there's going to be a Coyote V3 and nobody's going to trust them for a Coyote V3. Nobody should trust them. As a matter of fact, one guy said to me, don't trust them. They messed up once. But the way I think of things, like when I make a mistake on something, okay, I know better the second time around. I wouldn't make the same mistake twice. So that's why I was hoping that they would too. Know what I'm saying? Hold on a second. I see some comments coming in. Let me just get back to it. Hold on a second. Too Much says, Crypto Queen, the bottom line, you have integrity and they don't. I appreciate that. Thank you. But it stinks, right? I'm like, oh, I just bought into this degen play last night and my thing keeps blowing up over here. Sir Poops a Lot says, I'll have to go back in the chat to see what they said about the holders who didn't send. We'll share in a few. I appreciate that, Sir Poops a Lot. Sire Who says, I lost so much money to Coyote and I was loyal and so active in the community, made me lose faith in crypto, honestly. And I see so many issues with shady projects. I'll be a BTC purist at this point. Okay, I hear you. There's some good reasons why people are Bitcoin maxis. Right? In case you don't know what a maxi is someone that only has that one particular coin. Like they only hold that one, so they're a maxi. There's what's up, DNA Dimensions? Thank you so much for popping by the channel. Sherry's telling everybody, happy 4th of July, everybody. So we got John in the house. Thank you very much, John. John, were you just on with Waddy? Was that you? I love your studio. John's studio is so nice. It had the nice things on the wall with the little, signs that were uplifting and encouraging. I need that. I told my woman that I want to paint that back wall black and just have like some highlight lights on it with some plants. I need some greenery in here, and she's like, no, not happening. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's a bummer. That was a good show. I love your studio. So yeah, that's the problem, right? Like you can't trust people. So in case you missed the story, in case you just got here, I'm invested in this token called RoyalPay. It's one of those tokens that they promised a huge amount of APY, but you buy it and you hold it and you'll just get tokens continually. They populate in your wallet like every 30 minutes. There's just more and more added. And when I got into it at like the 3s and it pumped all the way to the 9s. Now, people are allowed to sell 1% of their supply each day. There are certain days where you'd be able to sell 5%, like it's one of those fluctuating things, but never more than that. And most days it was just the 1%. So when it hit 9, there were some sells and, the chart, it started to plateau off, which is to be expected. But then the chart started coming down hardcore. And I'm like, wait a minute. Even if everybody sold 1% of their supply, the chart wouldn't be coming down like this. Like this is too much. So I go into the Telegram chat. Now, of course, as soon as you raise a question in Telegram, they're like, boo, boo. They hate you over there if you ask any kind of questions. So they kick me out. Right? Well, it turns out, of course, I was right, that there was an exploit in the contract. And instead of somebody selling 1%, they were selling like 25% every day. And they had multiple wallets. Because if they just had one wallet and they sold 25%, it could only last 4 days, right? It wouldn't hurt the chart that much. But they really did us dirty. Yep, Luna's another one. Geez, Hey, man. And turn my candle green. Maybe I will do something, right? When I think of it, when you think of all of these problems that we're having in the crypto market, besides the economy in general, which of course is crap, but all of it can be traced back to the depegging of the UST stablecoin. It all stems from that because all of these other projects, all of these exchanges were highly invested into Terra Luna. And the minute that stable coin lost its value, they lost not just like a lot of money, not thousands, not hundreds of thousands, not tens of thousands, not millions. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars that they lost. Like they lost a lot of money. And what happens, a lot of these other projects like Celsius, they start going to other platforms to borrow. They over leverage themselves. And then it all starts coming down like dominoes, one by one by one. Terra Luna was the first one to drop. Celsius was the second one to drop. We see Voyager dropping. Now, Voyager dropped because really freaking Three Arrows Capital, who is, they deal mostly in cryptocurrency. They're a hedge fund. They over leveraged themselves like crazy. They borrowed from everybody. They borrowed $650 million from Voyager. Just Voyager, not even altogether, just Voyager. With hardly any assets to back it up, right? Who made that decision to say, okay, we'll loan you that kind of money? Who's making these decisions with our money? That's our money that they're gambling with. What was the payout going to be for that kind of loan? So anyway, they're the ones that have taken down Voyager now. They owe a lot of money to like Bitfinex and FTX, a lot of different exchanges. They're all of them are probably going to wind up freezing. So at this point, this is why I'm saying, if you have your tokens on an exchange, you might consider getting them off. You hear rumors about this. I don't know how true this is. You hear that KuCoin, Coinbase, a lot of these could be in trouble, and you can't fathom it. You can't think of it because when you think of Coinbase, you think of like a very big exchange, and for what they charge for an exchange, it's crazy to think that they can be in any kind of financial woes or in any financial danger, and yet they are. If you don't have your checking account hooked up to them, they charge you like sometimes $3 for a trade. If you use your debit card only, sometimes they charge you $3 for like a $10 trade. Come on. If you use your, the routing number to your checking account, it's significantly less. Blitz says, I hate rug pull projects. Me too. Travis says, Coyote Coin makes me nervous about everything now. I know. Isn't it crazy? It is unbelievable. So, yep, I mean that's my rant about this RoyalPay. So we got to wait for Mr. Sir Poops-a-Lot to get back to say what Mr. Sir Poops-a-Lot's going to say about what they're saying in Telegram, because I'm out of Telegram. They booted me. Guys, really, in the chat, let me know. If you ran a cryptocurrency project and you messed up the smart contract and you had to start a new one and you were a legitimate project, you wanted to help your investors, you wanted them to grow, be wealthy. Wouldn't you come on for an AMA if somebody said, hey, come onto my channel for a free AMA? This way you can address the investors directly. There's something to be said for when somebody's talking in Telegram, there's no voice, there's no face. It's just text on a screen that could be written by anybody. I don't trust that at all. I don't trust that at all. I would get a better feeling about these developers if they came onto a channel where they showed their face and then told the story about what happened. Because to this day, they still haven't talked about what happened. They still haven't explained how the exploit happened. I had a friend of mine take a peek at the contract, one of my friends over on Twitter who was just dissecting Saitama left and right. This guy, he's the one that found out that if you belong to SataMask and you like hooked your wallet into SataMask, they now have your seed phrase. It's crazy. This is why I never put my seed phrase for another wallet into SataMask. You know how they're saying, oh, if you're locked out of SataMask, it's just a portal. Go to your MetaMask and connect it through SataMask. It'll be fine. Nope. I never trusted them because how could you? What about Koma Inu? So let me tell you the story about Koma Inu. Koma Inu was started a few weeks ago by a guy named Ryan. He told a very enticing story about decentralization and how he wanted to start a true community project just the way Shiba Inu started. Like he really wanted to get this to be the next Shiba Inu. He didn't want any influencers to be paid. He wanted all support for the project to be organic. Turns out he loaded up a couple wallets and started dumping on the community, right? So the community, because it is a community token, he renounced the contract. Guess who's in control of it? Vitalik Buterin. They kicked him out. They let him sell whatever wallets he had. He thought he was going to kill the community, but the community got the better of him and took control of the project. And now, the project's holding up pretty good. Even though that guy dumped a lot of Ethereum, the chart is actually up. I think it's up by like 60% this week. It's doing pretty good. So it's not so bad. Green Lantern says, wow, Saitama rug pull. Listen, I'm not saying Saitama's a rug pull. I don't think it's good, but I'm not saying that. I can't say it's a rug pull. Like they would sue me if I said that, right? And I definitely don't want to get sued. I made 10K after Luna Classic depegged. That's good. Were you swing trading Luna Classic? That's another thing. Why, if you have your tokens on an exchange, they're not really your tokens. I bought the Luna Classic before it was Luna Classic, when it was just Luna. Um, when it went down to 308, I bought into it. And then I was going to buy more. I'm like, if it keeps going down, I'm going to continue to buy into it. But do you know what happened? I bought it on crypto.com and they slammed the brakes on everything. They're like, hey, to protect our holders, we're no longer allowing you to buy, sell, or even transfer your Luna Classic tokens. I couldn't even get them off the platform. So the couple million that I bought, I couldn't even send them over somewhere else. I was so upset because I could have kept adding to my bag over there. And, it got down to like 40 something. So I'm sure you did make it. I want these telegrams to stop. Luna Classic wormhole. So it was never on an exchange. Lucky you. Are a lot of people here from Coyote Coin? Damn, that was like the second comment in there I saw about Coyote Coin. Did you get an email from Coyote Coin? Because the girl that's been messaging me on Telegram, she's like, ooh, when she said they got the 12 BNB back from them, she's like, you should have gotten an email from them because they were issuing refunds. But I never got an email. So I don't know. What's up, Maddie B? Maddie B's in the house. Okay, my nose is getting a little stuffy. Excuse me. Let me just mute this here. Okay, getting a little stuffy. That happens this time of year. They did a refund to OG Presale. Well, I was in the presale. So does that mean that they just sent it back to my wallet? Where's my phone? When did that happen? Did I have to fill something out through the email that I didn't get? Was I supposed to fill something out to be able to get the refund? Because honestly, if I only put 3 BNB in, what am I actually going to get back now? That girl put in 50 something BNB and she only got back 12, poor thing. So let me go to my trust wallet. Is this sad? Even if I was sent money, I don't think I would even know, to be honest with you. What do I have to do over here? What the heck did I buy for $300? I buy these projects, I tell you, like these little degen plays. Who the hell knows what I buy over here? Well, here's the RoyalPay. I have almost 1 million of them. Oh, Pesa. I bought Pesa token. That's right. I forgot I bought Pesa token. Well, a 24% refund. So would I have to go to my email and fill something out to get it done? But like I said, I don't think I got an email. So 24%, and I'm sure it's 24% of whatever BNB is worth today, because that's another thing with the projects. Like, it doesn't matter what you put in. They're like, oh, it's a BNB. If you put in one BNB, BNB was $400 when I did the pre-sale. Now, of course, it's worth like 200. So that doesn't even really matter. Like Pixel. Like, I want to know where the money went for Pixel. Where the hell did the money go? Do you know Pixel was looking to raise 1,000 Ethereum for their presale? It might have even been 1,500. Don't quote me. It was definitely at least 1,000. It might have been 1,500. They only wound up raising 129 Ethereum. Well, they put 65 Ethereum into the liquidity pool. Where's the rest of the money? So that's half the money they collected. Where's the rest of it? Where did it go? So apparently it was spent on AMAs and stuff. And no, I was not paid for my AMA, just so you know. I have to figure something out. I hope I don't lose it here. I have to stop Telegram because these messages are driving me crazy. I really don't. I bought into this degen play, something John something Inu, and all I keep getting is like messages from them. John Briggs Inu, which is Space Fader. I bought into that last night. They launched at like midnight, and I was like, oh, let me jump in and see what happens. Totally don't know anything about the project other than, well, the developer, he doxed himself. He was there. He was talking. He's like, we're going to try to help projects that people from projects that were rug pull. I'm like, even if I just give to like a charity at this point, I don't care because I at least respect this dude that he got up on here and showed his face and was talking to everybody. Okay, let's see what Sir Poops a Lot said. He's back. Sir Poops a Lot is back. It's going to take me a little longer than I thought to search for that comment I mentioned. I just wrote the mods and devs in the chat just to make things quicker. Okay. Well, I appreciate that, Sir Poops a Lot. I really do. Anonymous is in the house. Happy 4th, Tammy and Crypto Peeps. About to get more little these free fireworks. I'm a pop. Nice. I hear fireworks going off over here at my house too. I used to, man, I used to shoot off fireworks with my friend that lived next door, and we would like load his trunk filled with fireworks because they're legal in Pennsylvania, but not legal here. And when I say legal, I mean like Roman candles, like the professional fireworks. You could buy them over there. So we'd get them and we'd like illegally cross the border into New Jersey with them. And then we'd be shooting them off. Like we would spend $1,000 on fireworks. It was amazing. They were legit fireworks. They would shoot like hundreds of feet in the air. Everybody would watch them. And then one year, this lady came out. She was screaming, "My dog's about to have a heart attack with these fireworks." And I was like, I never even thought about dogs or how it would affect animals. So I never shot them off again. That was the last time I ever shot off fireworks just because, damn it, this freaking Telegram is driving me crazy. So on that, would you guys go onto somebody's channel? If you were a legitimate project and you wanted to represent your project and make people feel comfortable, like, hey, feel comfortable sending me your money. Like, I'm going to take care of you. I've made a mistake and I'm going to make it right. Here's my face. You can trust me. You'll get your money back. I totally would do it. Oh, in a heartbeat. I'd be all over that channel. I'd be answering every question. I would be speaking to everybody directly. You wouldn't have to ask me twice. I would be thanking that person left and right and left and right. But, these developers, I don't know what it is. Why do they think that they could just post a message in Telegram and that's going to make people feel comfortable? Why do they think that's enough? Just because they post a message in Telegram saying, send us your tokens, everything's going to be all right. Send your tokens to mama. Like, is that supposed to be comforting? Because for me, it's not. And for a lot of people, it's not. This one guy is messaging me in Telegram and he's like, I've got millions. I've got like over $1,000 worth, and I'd rather flush it down the bowl than to send one token to these people because I don't trust them. I think this is a scam. The way that chart started dropping, and he's was one of the people that told me, you're right. They shouldn't have kicked you out of Telegram. You're right. That was BS. They should have let you ask your questions and everything. He's like, they're scammy. I just feel like they're scammy. So my friend I got distracted with the story, who always digs into Saitama, I was like, hey, do you mind just looking at the contract for this particular token? Because they're trying to not do a migration. They just want you to send their tokens and trust them. And he's like, well, hearing that, I would say run. I was like, yeah, we got nowhere to run to because there's nothing we can do. There's no remedy. They've halted trading. And even if you wanted to sell your tokens, the max you can sell at this point is 1%. So there's nothing that you can really do. Jocelyn says, rule number one, try not to make mistakes as a project. That's a good rule. That's a great rule, right? And you would think that if a project indeed had gotten their contract audited, that these things would have been found. Like they were audited by, I don't know. Let's go to their website because they did get it audit. I don't. Let me see. Let's go. This is their website. The king of all staking protocols, providing trust and sustainability. Where is the documentation? I guess we can go to. Is this showing up on StreamYard? Okay. Nope, it didn't. So let me go here. Let me find the audit. Here we go. Audit. Man, StreamYard, you used to be able to just jump from page to page to page. Now they don't let you do that. What they make you do is stop sharing a page, then you got to go back and hit share again and pick your new page. It's a pain in the ass. So here's GitHub. Let's see if this picked up with StreamYards. Nope, son of a gun. Let's go to GitHub so that we can. So they were audited by Interfi. Okay, Interfi is not the best, but we know who Interfi is. They are up there on the list. Whenever you think of audits, of course, you think that, okay, well, Certic is the gold standard when it comes to audits. But right, like there's been a couple projects now that have had exploits in their contract and they were audited by Certic. Coyote Coin was audited by Certic. Although one of the things that Certic flagged them on, the fact that this guy was undoxed and there was a mint function in the contract. And they paid no attention to that. So, here's their contract. We see they were indeed audited by Interfi and they passed. They passed their contract, right? So when you're looking at projects, you think that this is like the first little bit of research that you would do. Okay, let's check their website. Let's look at their contract, make sure everything looks good. And there it is. It's good. It's good. That's one of the first things that you do. Who do you trust? Where can you go? Who do you trust? And I know that they said that they were doxed to Certic, but I don't know if I believe that. So let me see. Royalty Finance has officially partnered with Certic, leaders in blockchain security. They are conducting a full security audit of the RoyalPay contract. Additionally, Certic will provide the Skynet service. The Skynet actively monitors and displays on-chain insights for smart contracts using industry-leading technologies built by certain yada yada yada. But where is all this stuff from Certic? Where is it? I did get onto something that was from Certic the other day that said that they were supposedly doxed to Certic, but I don't remember where I got the link from. Let me go back to the website. Documentation. Oh, maybe it was team. Hold on a second. Documentation. Nope. Shit, I keep hitting the same thing over and over again. Son of a gun. I don't know. But I do need to try to find it because that's the first thing that Is anybody in here invested in Pixel? Did anybody get into Pixel either in the pre-sale or some other way? It is just unbelievable that, my other video, I'm like, there are no friends in crypto. There's no friends in crypto because a lot of people that were, not a lot of people, a couple people that were associated with that, like my friend Tangi. You guys know Tangi. She's works with them. And these people never reached out and were like, hey, there's a little problem with the thing. Said nothing. Is the team KYC'd? Yes, the team is KYC verified to Pink Sale and Certic. Where is that Pink Sale thing? That's how I found it. There was a link from Pink Sale. I guess that's who did their pre-sale. So no, I can't get to it. Forget it. I'm going to stop looking for it. It's driving me crazy. So let's talk about some little degen plays that I'm into. Let me see if this guy ever got back to me. The guy that messaged me about that he was nervous that they were going to rug too. He said he's not sending his tokens to them either because he doesn't trust them at all. Oh, he said he's just going to sit on the sidelines. He's like, it's a mess. I'm ready with popcorn in hand because tonight was their cutoff. If you didn't send your tokens to them by 6, you're officially out your tokens, which is bullshit. Isn't that bullshit? Because as of right now, I'm going to refresh the page just so that I can look at the holder count. Don't forget, originally they had 3,000 holders. Now they have 1,709 holders who are going to be rugged. That's not fair. What they need to do, if RoyalPay is a legit project and they don't mean to steal anybody's money, they will do a migration to a new contract through a company like Everrise and will airdrop everybody's tokens. That's what they would do. So now you understand, it's less than half of the people have sent their tokens. Less than half. Are they going to make a new contract with that? Because they were saying they needed like 70% of the people to send their tokens to even make it happen. And I think the guy said they have like over $2 million in that wallet. So they've collected $2 million from people already. Exactly. Getting in before regulations. Jocelyn says, always invest in good products. Are you able to access your Luna Classic token from the exchange now? Yes. So finally, after the token dropped significantly in price and then pumped way back up, they let it go live again. Without any notification, like, hey, it's live again, or we're allowing trading, or nothing. They didn't say anything. I just freakishly fell on it because I was checking the price. I rarely ever check prices on crypto.com because I don't like the way their charts look, but I just happened to be on there. So I hit it and I looked down and it was like buy, transfer, trade. I was like, what? Like that? I don't even know what day they started to allow it because it just was there all of a sudden. Scams are short term. So here's the thing that's so weird, right? Now I'm getting a hot flash. Hold on a second. Here's the thing that is bothersome about some projects like this RoyalPay. Even though they had like an obscene amount of APY, like you knew it just was not going to happen. Like, they probably had it for 1 day or 1 hour or whatever, just enough to advertise it as that. If they had just held the contract and not done anything dirty, it would have been a successful project. And probably in the long run, they would have made money off of it legitimately. Is it so important to them that they need to make a couple $100,000 in a few days as opposed to a couple million in a year? Like they couldn't just sit back and let this thing work Why does everybody want to take the shortcut? They could have had a good project. There were so many people, you know how sometimes like we've all done this, we've all seen this happen. You go into a Telegram group, the token is just launched and everybody is all over Telegram posting gifs, buy buy buy, the bot thing Bobby buy bot pops up and everybody's pumped and psyched, and you go to that same Telegram group a week later and there's hardly anybody in there. Like it's, fizzled out and fizzled away. The excitement's gone. That never happened with this project. It didn't matter when I would go in there. People were like, this project is amazing. Like it was always active. They had a lot of people believing in this project and believing in the potential of its future. A lot of people that were in this one had come over from LockPay. They lost their money in LockPay and they were looking for a similar project, but one that wasn't going to have the problems that LockPay had. And they thought they had it with this one, but unfortunately, that just was not the case. Them APY ones are not realistic, remember, dear. Yeah, I know. No, I know. But the way that they get around it is that, when they put the 400 APY, like I said, I think they do it so that they can advertise it from like the first 5 minutes. It's like 480,000 APY. And then you go to look in their chat and it wound up being, I think, like 5% APY, which is better than a savings account. It's good. It's good for something that you don't have to stake. If it's just sitting there in your wallet, collecting an extra 5% is enticing. People will want to buy that token, especially if there's a mechanism in there that supports the floor. And that was what the project was supposed to be. It was never supposed to fall precipitously like it did because it had an anti-dump mechanism coded into the contract, just like LockPay was supposed to be. But they screwed it up. So there you go. So what is anybody here involved in synthetic tokens? Synthetics. Do you guys know anything about synthetics? Anybody own synthetics as a token or any synthetic tokens? Do you guys know what synthetics are? Because actually they are very, very interesting. Oh, Matt B, that's right, Matty B. Did you finally get that figured out with Bitmart? Because it worked fine for me on Bitmart. Does anyone use Mexi? Bitmart is pissed me off. You just look at the liquidity. Does it make sense to pay even 100 holders 1 million? What? I don't understand what that question is. Synthetic sounds fan. So what they are is they are a synthetic representation of an actual project, like a stock or like a commodity like gold and silver. So if you went on to Synthetics Exchange, there's a couple of different exchanges that have these. And one of the biggest one is actually called Synthetics, and you can buy them as a cryptocurrency as a project, but their platform, they sell these synthetic tokens where one token might represent Tesla, one token might represent Apple. So you own Apple and Tesla, they match what their prices are on the stock exchange, except for it's represented in a cryptocurrency, which is pretty cool. Like there's definitely some benefits to that. And I know it sounds shady as shit. Like you're thinking, no way, like this definitely talking about things that can't work. But this is actually like this has been happening now for the past few years. And like I said, that synthetics one, that was actually pretty much the biggest one that there was. But it's an interesting concept. And I do own some synthetic tokens for the exchange because I think that, it could be a really good thing to be in because I don't think a lot of people know about it, but I think when people start finding out about it, it could get really big. Now you're probably thinking, why would I even, oh, That guy says, got synthetic oil in my truck. Not the same thing. Mrs. NFT Queen is in the house and Terry's in the house. They're married. They're boyfriend and girlfriend. Um, Maddie B says, maybe it's just the app Queen. I was still able to buy, but chart is all screwed up. Oh, that sucks. So I know what you're thinking. Like, why would I even bother owning like a synthetic representation of like Tesla or Apple? Why wouldn't I just buy the stock? Uh, there's a couple of different reasons why it would be good. Like, you don't need a brokerage account like you would if you were buying one of those. Like when you go to Webull, if you want to buy Tesla, you have to show your license and prove who you are. You wouldn't need to do that with synthetics. It's also decentralized. So now if you're making income from that, you don't have to show it. Um, it's open 24 hours a day, unlike the stock exchange that's just open 9 to 5 on different business days. Um, and that's basically it. Except for now, here's the downfalls. You don't get voting rights like you would if had a Tesla stock. You wouldn't be able to go to the meetings every couple of years and say hi to Elon, right? But if you're interested, and one of the main reasons why people would do it is because they can hide the income that they're making off these tokens. Don't have to prove who you are. Send shit through your Binance hot wallet, and then you're done. That's like the biggest thing. So I bought into that synthetics exchange, and like I said, it's already a couple years old. Like nobody knows that much about it. People that know about it love it. And I think the word is going to start spreading about the synthetic tokens. So I'm getting into that. I bought into that. I'm not telling you, like, never financial advice, but I bought into that exchange because I think it could be really good. We don't know. We have to wait and see. Marriage equals boyfriend and girlfriend. Yeah, well, I think a good marriage does equal boyfriend and girlfriend, right? Because you don't want like a stale marriage, you know, kinds like my parents had where it just got stale and, they just were nasty as hell to each other and they broke up for a bunch of years and they wound up getting back together and it was just a nightmare. So, yeah, I like to. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for popping by. Appreciate you. Famous celebrities are in the movie explaining synthetics. Maddie B. Queen, where you buy the synthetic token. So I bought it on Coinbase. I think the token, it might be SYN, but don't hold me to it. I might have to look it up fast, but like you can buy synthetics on anything, right? Any real world asset, like even fiat. You could buy a stable coin fiat. You could buy commodities, like I said, like gold, silver. You could even buy a freaking synthetic of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like it's absolutely insane. When you think of what the potential could be for this, that's why I bought into it. So I'll have to wait and see. I'm like, while it's down, because that token was up, I think it was like $50 at its height. It's like $2 now. And I'm like, you know what? The more people that are going to start to find out about it, the market sucks right now. This is going to be one of those projects that when the bull run happens, it's going to go back up. More people are going to find out about it. It's just only going to go up from here. I think. I don't know. Shit, I thought Coyote Coin was going to be good. You know what I'm saying? Freaking devs come up here and lie to me. I'm like, next person that's coming up here for an AMA, nah, I got to find some way that I can hook some kind of lie detector shit up to them because the pricks lie and they don't even care. They like lie to your face. They lie to my viewers and they just don't give a crap. And then they have the nerve to say, hey, we're Christian like you. Is that cool? I don't think that's cool. So, yep. I have to rake through my emails now to see if I even got an email from the developers at Coyote because I don't think I got anything from them. It would be nice to get some of my money back because like I said, 3 BNB, although now BNB is nothing, but then it was like $400. It might have been $500 at that time. Now I don't even know. I lost so much money. Exactly. A bunch of liars lie to your face and they are Christian. Don't trust that. Read my previous post. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. My bad. I'm missing some comments here, people. Hold on a second. Oh, synthetics. There are a whole movie about that. They used to tie AAA real estate rates mixed with B&B, BBB. That's what caused the real estate crash of 2008. Movie called The Big Short. Famous celebrities are in the movie explaining synthetics. And read my previous posts. Queen, what is name on Coinbase? Hold on a second. Let me. Listen, I'm not telling you to buy this. You just heard what this guy said, right? Coffee blogger. He's saying that they got. But I know what you're saying, but that's. Okay, so let me explain what happened there with that. I think you're thinking of derivatives. So, yes, this is kind of like a derivative, but this is not derivatives because this didn't even exist. You know what I'm saying? It didn't even exist back in 2008. Think like Bitcoin didn't even exist in 2008. I think you're thinking of derivatives. Hold on a second. I got to go to assets. Hold on. Show all. Damn, I own so much crap on Coinbase. It's a yes, Synthetics Network, and it's Synthetics Network token, but it's not giving me SNX. So Sam Nancy X-ray Synthetics Network token. And right now it's 277. Oh shit. I bought it. Hold on a second. I bought it. I already made money on it because I bought it. It was 210 and now it's 277. Yay! But let me see. All at one point, at its all-time high, it got up to $29. So we'll have to see, you know. And this launched in 2018. So you see how I'm saying this is not I think you're thinking of derivatives, but I understand how you get that. If they're married, here, let me get some personal stuff going on here. If they married, they shouldn't they be husband and wife? LOL. Yeah, they are. They're husband and wife, but I'm saying it's, they're I think listen, this is not a relationship channel, but I'm just going to tell you what I think. If you want a successful relationship, and you're married, it's still good to treat your significant other as your boyfriend or your girlfriend because I've seen so many marriages that have gone stale. Like they don't do date nights anymore. They just get home, they get cranky. Like they went out to like a nice movie night. I know some people that don't do that shit. They don't do anything with their significant other. They just hate one another. Like they shouldn't be married anymore, but they feel like they have to be because they can't get divorced. They don't want to be the first people to get divorced in their family. It's like foolish. But I think to keep it fresh, just consider yourselves boyfriends and girlfriends. Keep it going like that. That kind of energy, like some people feel like, okay, I hooked him. I'm good. Now I have what I want. I don't have to put on my makeup every day. I have to do my hair. The guy starts putting on weight. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Got to keep it fresh. Keep it, keep it fresh. If I ever got married, which I'm not, I would refer to my wife as my girlfriend. Well, I call her my woman because she's my woman. I would never be like, this is my wife. It's nicer that way, I think. Ooh, the freaking Oracle show. This better be good. A token hiding in the weeds. ETH docs, have a look. Oh, I thought you were going to say something like Oracle-ish. I thought you were going to come in here and like read a crystal ball and tell me my future. Tell me something good to get. Oh, you did. ETH docs. I don't know anything about this. No, ETH docs. What's up with this ETH docs? What is it on Ethereum? Is it on Binance? Talk to me. Maddie, I never got married because a long time in hell before prostitute take all Maddie's money. Are you what? Wait, I have to reread that. Maybe I didn't see it right. I never got married because long time in hell before prostitute take all Maddie's money. Oh, damn. You're saying that you think you are like your potential wife, you're calling her a prostitute. Why would you, Maddie? Maybe you would have a nice wife, Maddie. Maybe she would love you and you wouldn't have to give her any money like a prostitute. Why don't you put that energy out there? Maddie's going to find a nice, significant other. I have called her that too, my bitch. She doesn't like that one. We have a language barrier. Okay, so Maddie, a prostitute means a hooker. Do you know what a hooker is? A hookah? Oh, yep. That's pretty much it. Did you guys have fun for the 4th of July? I know I did. Too much fun. Let me look up this ETH docs. I don't know what this looks like. It's probably nothing. Oh, before I do that, let me look at my little degen plays that I've been doing. I'm reluctant to tell you what they are because I don't want anybody to buy them because they're just degen plays. I don't want you getting into any of them. So I got into this VDX. Last night. It launched last night and it's already much where I bought it. So it's going nowhere, but we'll see. It might pump up. Let's see. I bought Pesa token, which I think looks good. We'll have to see if it continues to go up. Like it just continues to go up and up and up. Like I don't know if you can see. Oh, let me put it on the chart. Pesa token. And it's on BNB network. So it's cheap. Oh crap, my camera. Share screen. Let's go to Pesa. We'll take a little peek at Pesa. Let me dump some of this crap out of here because I have like 50 tabs open and that's never good on my computer, at least. Like, that's a good chart, right, guys? That's a really good chart. As a matter of fact, like I said, I just degened into this. So I'm going to do a little live research on this right now. I might wind up investing more. So the first thing I'm going to do is go over to its website. Let me dump this one. I have no idea why StreamYards is doing this to me. It's killing me. They used to be able to, like, you could have a bunch of different tabs open and you could jump from tab to tab to tab. Now you have to share a tab. When you're done with that tab, you have to go to stop sharing that tab and resharing it. It's a pain in the ass. I don't know why they did it like this. The blockchain solution for remittance. The reason that I bought this is because I'm sure you've heard me talk about Skywalker, Tequila Pete, Tim Beefy. These guys are all the guys that are doing the deep dive into Saitama. Like they're finding out all this stuff. They found out whose wallet is whose. Like they know which one is Russ's wallet, right? Nam's wallet. They know all of them. They're into this. And they're all blockchain people. They understand smart contracts. Tequila Pete is involved with the internet security and blockchain security. So if they're into stuff like this, if they're into this project, I'm like, well, if they're into it, I've got to get into it. Pesa is solving the issue of high remittance fees and stressful wait times in Africa to families that need it most. Through blockchain, Pesa Base has delivered a solution. Through Pesa, this solution will reach millions, while you, as an investor, are rewarded in the process. Okay, I didn't know how anything to do with Africa, but let's see. Not that that's a problem, but I'm just saying I didn't know. Didn't know anything about the remittance problem. 60 million East Africans send money to their families, currently paying 10 to 15% and beyond in fees. They're probably using Western Union, which is like old technology, right? Current wait time is 3 to 14 days and beyond for families to receive funds. But wait, if they're just using cryptocurrency, can't they just use wallets? Okay, never mind. Our solution using Pesa-based fees are reduced to 1 to 3% for users. No more waiting period, funds delivered instantly. Users are rewarded in Pesa, creating a shared economy between users and investors. So maybe this is the kind of thing like it's Western Union, but for crypto. You know what I'm saying? But maybe the people, like you would say, like I just thought, send somebody cryptocurrency and then you don't have to use Western Union. But what if you're somebody that doesn't have a smartphone? And what if you don't understand cryptocurrency? I guess they could send you cryptocurrency and you would go to maybe a Pesa. Look, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what this is. Buybacks through scalability when it continue on board million users. Incentives. Loyal holders are invited to share profits generated by the remittance. Yeah, but I want to know how many people they already have signed up. Receive 10% of remittance profit every month. So what is, okay. 10% trading tax. Strategic partnership with Dream Chain. This Dream Chain is another thing that they're in. As part of the growth strategy, we have entered into a strategic partnership with Dream Chain, a proprietary chain that assists audited and vetted new projects to launch using the marketing and advisement from seasoned developers. As more projects are launched, the more the community grows and invests in launchpad projects in the Dream ecosystem. How many people do they have using it right now, I wonder? Do they have any kind of information? Okay. Well, let me go back. Maybe they have something on Twitter. I mean, the chart is doing really good, but it launched, let me see. It launched in April. Oh, it launched in April and the chart is still going pretty good, you guys. Like normally, right? Oh, Maddie's gonna look at ETH docs. Oh, Maddie's saying it's a nice chart. Maddie, is that the ticker, ETH docs? Is it on Binance or Ethereum? ETH docs. Ooh. Is it on both? Wait a minute. ETH docs. It looks like it's on Pancake, but there's one on Pancake and there's one on Uniswap. So unless it's by chain, let's see what this team of this token has sold at least 277 BNB. Be aware of this token. Is this it? This looks like a freaking honeypot. This can't be it. Hold on a second. Let me see what Maddie's saying. Oh, I was talking about the chart you Yeah, hold on. Nice chart. Yeah, but you can get Coinbase and transfer that way to anyone user easy. No, I was talking about the chart you had up. Yeah, Pesa has a nice chart. I thought you were talking about this ETH docs because I thought you said you were going to look into ETH docs. Or no, the one that I was looking into. This ETH docs, you know how the person just came in here is fishy. Like I think this is a honeypot. There's one on Uniswap and there's one on Pancake. The one on Pancake's no good. Let's see about the one on ERC20. Okay, well, at least this one doesn't look like a honeypot, but the chart looks pretty terrible. There's only 85 holders. When did this launch? In April. That's not good. There's only 85 holders and it launched in April. That's not good, right? Can we all agree it's probably not good? Do you guys hear those messages when they pop up? Stop it. Hold on. Son of a bitch. That damn cat. It's killing me. The fireworks are starting to go off. Can you guys hear my cats when they start to fight like that? Oh, here we go. Anybody buy the Archie token? Funny, you should ask about the Archie token. Let's take a peek at Archie's website. It's been a while since I've been over there. So let me go to Twitter at Archie Nico official. And let me go to archienico.com. I can never remember if it's like .io or .com. Let's take a peek at the website. Since we have all the not all, but we have a couple Archie people in the house, like my friend Sherry. Yeah, I don't know how to shut the Telegram notifications off. Like I tried to, dude, this is seriously pissing me off. Let me right click the thing. I don't know how to get them to stop. Sorry. Okay, getting back to Archie Nico. It's actually been a while since I've hit this website, so in case you guys don't know, it's one of those tokens that the developer, JP, he just has such an ambitious roadmap for this token. There's so much that he wants to do with this token, so many things, so many places he wants to take us. Eventually, he's going to wind up taking us into the metaverse. This right now, it's a token, but he's going to build his own blockchain, which then is going to make this a coin. That's the difference between a token and a coin. A token is forked off of somebody's network, like ERC20, like Ethereum. Uh, a coin has their own blockchain. So, like crypto.com, they have their Chronos blockchain. So, they're a coin. This is what Archie's building right now. They're going to have a wallet, they're going to have a swap, they're going to have an exchange. He's going to build a metaverse. Like there's a lot going on with this. There's a lot going on with this token. And the gentleman who is the developer, his name is JP Matthews. He's from India and he has connections over there in India. And he's got a team of coders working over there so that they're building that as we speak. So whenever you would think of, okay, well, what would it take to build a blockchain? You think of, God, it would probably cost tens of millions of dollars and a team of people and, but think of when Vitalik Buterin built his blockchain. He didn't need all that money to build Ethereum. And we can say he has one of the most successful blockchains out there, right? So when you think of blockchain, just think of it as coding. You just need a group of talented, dedicated, hardworking, smart coders, and you got yourself a blockchain. It's not a miracle. It's just coding. OmniFlow, run off the plug. I don't know what that means. Green Lantern, Queen, did you see what I wrote? No. Let me go back. Hold on. About what? What did you write? Can you please write it again? Was it good? What'd you say? Okay, so yeah, that's the thing with Archie Nico. And they do have a staking mechanism. I've staked my tokens. If you leave your tokens in there, they're not auto compounding. That's the one thing. They're not auto compounding, but let's say you stake your tokens for 30 days. If you choose to leave your tokens in there beyond the 30 days, you're still going to collect tokens. Like it nonstop adds the tokens. They populate like every 15 seconds in your wallet. Just more tokens, more tokens, more tokens, more tokens. Why would I ever take it out? I'm probably never going to take my tokens out of the staking pool ever, unless I take profits somewhere down the line, which is smart to do, right? Like we all say, don't buy anything that you can't afford to lose. And when you hit a certain point, it's always smart to take profits, like probably whatever my initial investment was, along with a certain percentage of profits. Then you leave the rest as a moon bag, as okay, down the line, can I retire off this? What's up, Daniel Lyons? Well, good morning to you too. It's good evening here, but good morning to you, Daniel Lyons. Yeah, Sherry, how do I shut off the notifications? I don't even know. Hold on, let me see. No, I don't know how to do it. So I have the app closed, but the notifications keep popping up. And when they do, I keep right clicking on them and turning them off, but they keep going anyway. I don't know. Help me. Okay, so going back to the Archie Nico website. So this is what I'm super psyched for. The metaverse. Archio will be our metaverse. We will evolve the space as the metaverse itself evolves in the digital world. We will look at the market data of others in metaverse, and we will come up with a strategy to monetize and seek wealth-seeking opportunities for our community. Who doesn't want to do that? That sounds freaking wonderful. So as you can see, they got the pre-phase done. Phase 1 is done. Phase 2, got a couple things shaved off of phase 2. Phase 3, they're going to do the wallet, more holders, market cap. Phase 4, the swap will be opened. Like it's taking a little bit to build there. And of course, you could blame the fact that the market is down, or you could blame the fact that, hey man, listen, there were some people flooding this project, and it's because they just didn't like the developer. They didn't like his tone. They didn't like his tenor that he had in some of the VCs, which I don't really care, what somebody's tone is, as long as they're making a project work, right? As long as they're working hard and they have good intentions. I can't remember. He said something on Twitter one time. I think he joked about somebody saying something like, I'm poor or something. He made a joke about it, but somebody heard it and they're like, oh, how could you trust this guy? He's poor. And I'm like, no, he was just joking. But there it goes. What's up? We got Bobby Joe in the house. Bobby Crypto Granny is in the house. Your little grandson is so cute. I saw the picture there on Twitter. Oh, Sherry's going to drop some knowledge on me. Hold on, guys. To turn off notifications in Telegram, click on hamburger on the top left, then notifications and sound. Turn them all off. The hamburger. Okay, so I'll wait until another notification pops up. Although I don't hear any, so maybe I did do it the last go around. So I'd ask Bobby Crypto Granny if she has been into any degen plays lately, but we know that would be a hard no. Here, it just popped up. Okay. So let me see. Turn off in the Telegram. Click on the hamburger. Oh, I have to go to that app. I'm going to write. Hold on a second. Now I got to open Telegram. A hamburger? What are you talking about, hamburger? There's no hamburger. Hamburger? Wait a second. I know what you're talking about. Hold on. I got to go to the page, right? That's sending me the notifications. Yes, hold on. Notifications. Mute forever. Goodbye. I think I just solved my problem, but it wasn't a hamburger. The 3 lines, oh my god, ha, 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 had a hamburger today. I thought me I thought it was me, Sherry. I'm like, "Oh, maybe that's what they call those 3 lines. Is that known as a hamburger? I don't know." Bob Bobby Crypto Granny, have you degened into anything lately? Anything looking good to you? Has anybody degened into anything? What's the last thing you bought? Maddie, what's the last thing you bought? Bobby Joe, what's the last thing you bought? And Sherry, what's the last thing you bought? Like I said, I bought that John Briggs Inu, which is so the backstory on that project was all of these people were involved with a pre-sale for a token called Vader X, and they invested in the pre-sale, and the developer ran away with all of the pre-sale money. They got nothing. So it's technically known as John Briggs Inu Vader X because he wanted to basically give a finger to that developer that ran away with their money. So he's launching a project. It launched last night. It was like a stealth launch. Nobody knew about it. And it kicked off. It of course, like launches do, it goes up like 400%. You have those people that just sit by and wait for launches. And the minute they see a launch, they dive in, they buy like 1 Ethereum. And then when it goes up 300%, they dump it and they move on to the next project with their extra couple of Ethereum. So as of right now, it's only up 169%, but that's, price at launch. It's up 169%. Unless you're sitting on the sidelines, you rarely ever get into the price at launch. Unlike me, I was lucky enough, the minute Terrarium launched, I bought in. I was so lucky. I was like, I don't care what it is. I set my slippage to like 30%. My transaction went through and I bought a couple $100 worth of Terrarium. So I was sitting back, waiting. I was like, maybe I should buy more. And I bought like 3 separate times that day. And each time I bought, my transaction went through. So I mean, the price could drop away a lot more for Terrarium and I still would be profitable. But there was one time where my bag was like almost $10,000 in Terrarium. But of course, we're way down from where that day was, as is the whole entire freaking market. Coffee Blogger says it's 140 APY right now for Archie Nico. Is that a 90-day stake? So in order to get the 140%, I would probably have to unstake my tokens right now and then stake them again so I could participate in that new improved APY, right? That's probably right. Girl, I got Jasmine too. I love my Jasmine. That's my play money for the past 2 years. That is so funny. Bobby Joe, she bought Jasmine. I have been having to DCA into Jasmine because I got Jasmine when I first reviewed it like 4 months ago, and the price was significantly higher back then. And when it kept going down, I just kept DCAing. Finally, I DCA'd when it was like 0.009. I just bought a ton of it because it was less than a penny. And I think it went like almost to 2 cents today, right? Or maybe that was yesterday. But it went up significantly. But still, I'm way down because I had bought, not way down, but that's why you only buy 50 or $100 with Starter Crypto's best lotto ticket money can buy. That's right. That's what I always call my DGen plays, lotto ticket buys. The gin. Hi, everyone in the chat. I bought Terrarium the second day it came out. I'm bullish that project. I have a feeling that it will make it happen with their project. I agree. I love Terrarium. I'm super bullish. So Sherry said, yes, that is for 90-day staking. If you stake your Archie Nico tokens in the 90-day farm or mine or whatever you want to call it, 140% APY. Of course, it's paid in tokens. So you have to go over there and in case you don't know how to do it, I actually have a tutorial video on my channel on how to stake your tokens with Archie Nico because I stake, but I only did the 30-day stake. It keeps going though. The 30-day lapsed and I still continue to get tokens in my wallet. Now they're not compounding. So my original stack of tokens is just sitting there. It's not being added to that. It's just kind of like sitting off onto the side. Now, when I harvest those tokens, they'll be added together. And I guess I could, start a new thing. I'll have to look to see though when gas fees are really low because for the tutorial, I think I did it in like the middle of the day and I wound up paying like $50 to stake my tokens in the farm. So don't do that. Go on Dex Tools. In case you guys don't know how to check for gas fees, of course you could always go on CoinMarketCap. But what I like to do, just for a quick glance, is I like to go to Dex Tools, and at Dex Tools, at the top bar of Dex Tools, on the top there, they have a little gas pump up there icon. Shit, can you see it? Hold on a second. That's the little gas pump icon, and that tells you what the gas fees are. And right now, the gas fees are 26. That's not so bad, but you definitely could wait for them to come down into the teens, and that would be significantly less. Because I've seen gas, like I think when I staked my tokens in the mine, the gas fees were like up in like the 60s. I paid less than a cent. It went to 4.99. What? Wait, Jasmine went to 4.99? Oh, when you first started to buy it, you mean? Because let me see what it is now. Because I like I said, I've been DCAing into it. Okay, now it's a penny. But when I bought it the other day, it was, yeah, it was 0.008 or 9 when I bought into it. Today it's a penny. So it went up 5% today. And I think it's, listen, this is not financial advice, but this is like one of the big cryptocurrencies in Japan. So I think it's could be good. What's cooking tonight? Well, it's the 4th of July, so hot dogs and hamburgers because that's the American way. Other than that, not much. Believe it or not, I've almost been live for 2 hours. I probably should get out of here because it's what time is it? It's almost 11 o'clock, which is terrible. Let me just, if anybody has anything they want me to check out really fast, any tokens, anything they want me to check out, please put it in the chat because if not, I'm going to get ready to bounce out of here. For anybody that missed it, like Bobby Crypto Granny, she probably was not here earlier when I was talking about RoyalPay, that this scammy, schemy MFer of a token, they had an exploit in their contract, so they say, and they want everybody that's a holder to send them their tokens. Send us your tokens and just cross your fingers and hope that we do the right thing by you and give you your money back. Instead of doing a formal migration where they hire a company like Everrise to do the migration, drain the liquidity, do a new smart contract, airdrop everybody their tokens, take a snapshot of the blockchain, everybody gets the same amount and take it from there. Oh no, just send us your tokens. We'll then sell your tokens. We'll sell your tokens so that we can start a new contract. Who believes that they're going to sell the tokens and bounce? Sorry, was researching LOL. I got a project for y'all in a few weeks. All right, well, let us know. Oh, hell no, Bobby Joe says. Who is that? It's RoyalPay. It's RoyalPay. Now I got this Kojima Inu. Now I gotta mute them. Hold on a second. Let me just go back to their Twitter for a second. I would show you the Telegram, but oh no, they kicked me out because I'm a futter because I had questions. Because I questioned them, I'm a futter and I must be silenced at all cost, which is just nonsense. Whenever you see that bullshit, when somebody's calling you a futter because you have questions, you know it's bad. Especially if you've not yelled, you've not used profanities, you've been polite, and they're calling you a futter, that's a problem. Because anybody that was legitimate, they would have no trouble answering your questions. By the way, answering your questions about your money. That's your money they refuse to answer for. How do you like that nonsense? So, this is their Twitter page, and this is what they said. This is their first tweet, which, by the way, they only put up there because I'm like, hey, you don't even have anything written on Twitter, by the way. So they finally had to run over to Twitter. Royal is migrating to an upgraded contract. Trading is disabled at the moment. Request all token holders to check out the Telegram channel. Pinned message for full details. And basically, what they say is they give you a contract address, which is just a wallet address. Just send your tokens to our wallets. It's terrible. Okay, so Jocelyn says, superb project and product. Save your investments for this baby. So Jocelyn says she's going to come back here with a really great project. So we're going to have to wait and see what this project is, and we're definitely going to have to do a little bit of a deep dive, Jocelyn, because no offense, Jocelyn, but our trust is gone. We no longer trust. The trust factor gone. We just don't trust anybody. So you let us know. We're going to check it out, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But we look forward to. Unless she's messing. Oh, she just said elbow cough. So who knows? So who knows? What is this Green Lantern keeps saying? Did you see what I wrote? Where did you write it, and where? Where? Did you send me a message on Twitter or something? Is this a bot? Is this Green Lantern a bot? Could it be? What did you send me? We only trust Russ. In Russ we trust, y'all. In Russ we trust. By the way, I'm trying to get Tequila Pete to come on my channel. He's the guy that, I'm telling you, he's got everybody's wallet. He watches all of the activity in Saitama. He's found out a lot of different things about SataMask, how they're keeping your seed phrases. Like, it's crazy what they're trying to get away with. I'm trying to get that guy on my channel. So hopefully that will be a freaking wonderful interview. Oh, I said they screwed you on Luna Classic. Yes. Should have bought Wormhole on the exchange. No, I'm not a bot. You're right. I should have not bought on an exchange. I should have gone to somewhere else to buy it, but like a wallet, but I didn't because it was just there. Like I didn't, and I always know it because I say it myself, not your keys, not your coins. I know that, but hey, there it was, and I'm like, let me run a. It's not been the first time that something like that has happened to me. Of course, on Bitmart, there was halting that was traded for a bunch of different tokens because Bitmart was hacked and the person stole a lot of different tokens, like 20 different tokens. There were some tokens that didn't survive the hack because they wound up stealing more than 50% of a certain token, and the developers of the token didn't have the blacklist function in the contract, so there was nothing they could do. And for whatever reason, even though the project is dead and gone, they still sell it on Bitmart. That's bullshit. They should get rid of it. They know they can't do anything with that project. They really need to remove it from Bitmart because every now and then it makes it on the top gainers list because somebody buys it, like a couple bucks of it, and it shoots up like 200%. And people don't know, like newbies that hit Bitmart, they're not going to know what it is. So they buy it thinking, oh, look at this. It's up so. Pikachu Inu. That's the one. Pikachu Inu. I own 17 cents of Pikachu Inu. Saitama got hit. Like, there was a lot of tokens that got hit. So on Bitmart, oh, did you see the UFO? I'm going to make it into an NFT, physical and digital. Cool. But is that something you posted on Twitter? I may have missed it. Mars 4 token. Nope. Don't know anything about it. Judo Joe Black. Mars 4. Is it Binance or Ethereum? Okay, well, looks like it's Pancake. This is an old project. Is it an old oh, wait. See, that's another thing about DEX tools. Every now and then, you can't see when the project started or not because the chart just sort of ends. So I don't think the project started there because it's only a red candle. It can't, you see what I'm saying? Like, it can't go up on a red candle. I mean, I guess it could, but no, the first candle would have to be green. Well, I guess it depends on the wick. I don't know. Is this a new project? I don't get it. See how all these, I don't know, DEX tools just stinks. I have to say, DEX tools stinks because I don't trust where it says liquidity anymore because it still says that Pixel Token has over $500,000 in liquidity and they don't have shit. They have $6. Yeah, I've heard that the lunatics, they're out in force really, there's still a lot of people behind the thing. Play to earn game. So we don't know. Looking at more rug pulls, huh? Shaking my head. No, we're just pulling charts. Someone said Mars 4. So if somebody's in the chat and they ask me to pull a chart, I will pull a chart. Somebody talks about Luna Classic. We'll talk about Luna Classic. And that's how we roll. Gulf Bank remix. Maddie says, hi, Ponzi. I don't know if it's Ponzi. Like, I guess that's my bad, right? Like, I never suspect people coming in here with fake names. It's just stupid to me. It's childish. Why would anybody do that? Like, it's 4th of July. Why are you coming in here under a fake name where we can't even talk to you because you got a fake name on? Doesn't even make sense. I love you, but no more shit coins. Do you love me? Are you Ponzi? Do you really love me? I'm trying to not listen. Hey, man, I don't want to talk about any shit coins. I'd rather talk about good projects. You try to find them and you think you got a good project. And what do you know? The chart looks like crap. The devs have packed up and left town. It's so sad. But no, we only want good projects, right? Like, we're talking about a good one right now. Jasmine, Luna Classic, depending on how you feel about that one. Any other things? Any other charts anybody wants to take a peek at? I want to go to, hold on a second. I want to go to the BSC scan on this one because I want to see when they launched. So let's see. Because, the DEX tools sucks, like it doesn't, it lies about liquidity. Like it said, Pixel had half a million in liquidity, and they have $6. I ain't like that. So let's go to this, and I'll go to we're on transactions. Let's go to the last page and see what the date is. So 161 days ago. So yeah, hey, I guess it was. So no, the DEX, it's not right because it's only saying March. That was not that long ago. So this is can't even trust DEX tools anymore. Won't it be nice when I can't say, I can't give you too much information, but there is a certain project that's coming out. It's going to kind of be like DEX tools, but it's going to be better. It's going to have accurate information, and it's going to let you know if the developers are doxxed, and if they're doxxed, it's going to give their certifications and everything that you could possibly want to know about the project. It's all going to be on that platform. Okay, it's Clear Cryptos, but you didn't hear it from me. I know that, man. I know everybody's fudding so hard on that project, but I kid you not, I sat in on a meeting for that project for 2 days. One day was like 4 hours. The next day was like 8 hours, and I was like, "This, I'm dying. I want to bail off of here and go." Oh, hold on a second. What's up, Cal? Welcome to the channel. Saitama? No. Is this Kel Bell from Twitter? We don't say Saitama over here anymore. We say token A. Token A. This way we don't get in trouble because the people, oh, they're crazy. The wolf pack is crazy. So wouldn't it be great to have Tequila Pete come over here? I'm trying to get him. Tequila Pete is in a cabin right now. He's going to be there all week chilling. I was like, Pete, if I was in a cabin, the last thing I'd be doing is on my phone on Twitter, chasing down the Saitama token A devs. That's the last thing I would be doing. But I'm like, he's so far up their asses. He might send them a letter one day and be like, you need to go to a doctor because, you need a colonoscopy. I see some suspicious polyps in your intestines. Token A is doing well. Oh, okay. Okay, we have a token A person in the house. Well, let's pull up the Saitama chart just to see. Because actually, I haven't even looked at the Saitama chart lately, so it will be interesting to see. I know some people, because they call me a fudder, they think that I just sit there and I stare at Saitama all day long, and I really don't. Like, I don't care about it. I just want people to be advised to be careful. That's it. So they did have, a couple small buys come in, but I mean, you can see that the day it launched, you understand it almost hit a penny, and now it's way down here. Do you know how often Russ sells? You guys, Rodney loves you. I know you love Rodney back. You secretly crush on Rodney. But no, I don't think that looks like a good chart. Do you do? You think this looks like a good chart? I don't. When I think of the day it almost hit a penny and how they dumped all over you. I think I still have Russ's wallet. Hold on a second. Somebody sent me his wallet. I do. Hold on a second. I'll let you know the last time he sold. His wallet address ends in DD82. Let me refresh this just so it's up to date here. Out of this wallet, he sold Saitama 2 days ago, a couple ETH, and he tethered up, of course, and sent it out. So that's, and that's just one of his wallets. Like he dumps constantly. He dumps constantly on you guys. Don't you feel bad? All right. Cal says is still watching his show. I think it's funny how he's posting all this DM message nonsense. Oh, yeah. I don't get involved with the personal stuff. I don't care about the personal stuff. I only care about, the price, really. I don't care about this personal nonsense. Saitama left a lot of people holding the bag. But listen, guys, I've been on here for 2 hours. Okay, Judo wants me to look one more thing. EOSC. So I'm going to look up one last chart. Don't know what that is. This is not an endorsement of this. You understand. This is just, we're looking up a ticker that somebody threw onto the chat. So we'll just give a little peek here. And again, Etherscan, excuse me. Etherscan is great. Dextools stinks. And this is taking forever to load. Let me see if there's some other things I can dump out of. It's taking too long. I mean, this is ridiculous, right? Kel said, but we all have the right to dump. That's how we make our gains in crypto, honestly. Yeah, sure. That's the only way to make gains, is to know when to buy and to know when to get the hell out. You see profits, you should take them. You shouldn't be hanging around, But, I guess the only thing about that is that while he was telling people to buy the dip, he was dumping. That's the one thing. Yeah, I don't think this chart's coming up for us. I don't know why. I don't know why. So you know what? Listen, I appreciate you guys for popping by my channel, but it's 2 hours. I think that's long enough. For 4th of July, I'm dying for a smoke. And thank you for asking. I always appreciate you guys. And Cal, we appreciate you for coming by and for being nice about Token A. Some other Token A people come in here very nasty, very mean to me. They don't like me. I don't know if you're on Twitter, but they are constantly after me on Twitter. They said that I'm a transgender. Do I look like a transgender? Not that you can see below the belt here, but I'm just an old woman. I'm not transgender. And no, that's about it. Okay, guys. Well, that's going to do it here for me today. I appreciate all of you for dropping by on the 4th of July. I appreciate you guys very much. Have an awesome day. Back to work tomorrow for everybody. Have to crack the whip on people. I never like doing that, but when you're the boss, you got to do it. Got to get stuff done. And I also have to do billing tomorrow. Like, you also wear many hats when you're the boss, unfortunately. So my day is going to be filled with paperwork. Oh, I was supposed to go to jury duty, but I called today and I'm off the hook. They're like, you've been released all week, because normally you have to call back day by day to see if you're going to be called. I'm off the hook, although I wanted to go, but what are we going to do? All right, guys. Well, that's right. I'm a biological woman. I happen to be. All right, guys, that's going to do it here for me. Thank you so much for popping by. Please take care of yourself. Only buy on red candles, and don't go crazy shooting off fireworks, okay?